Welcome. This is your basics bridge routine. Starting off, lying down on your back. I want you to start by just hugging one knee into the chest. All we want to do is just open up the area we're going to be working, which is the back of the leg into the glute. Drop that leg and grab the other side. And drop both legs. From here, I want you to take a second to really arrange yourself on that mat. So my head is heavy with no tension through my neck, my rib cage is heavy, and my pelvis is nice and anchored onto the floor. The feet are aligned so that my thighs are parallel. Don't worry too much about where your feet are. It can get a bit confusing. Just make sure your thighs are relatively parallel to each other. My arms are going to come down to the side to give me a bit of grounding and support. As you have your hands down to the side, imagine the collarbones really just opening and softening towards the floor. We're going to start off with articulated bridges. So I'm going to have a nice inhale and exhale, just relax. Good. Sorry for the false start. And inhale and exhale. And now forget about your breathing, just make sure it's happening. Okay, pressure into the feet. So I want to start pushing the feet down into the floor. And I'm going to tuck the tailbone underneath me and roll that pelvis into the air just as high as it will go before slowly peeling myself back down. Relax completely at the bottom. I almost take it into a nice anterior tilt, allowing some space between my lower back and the mat before I come back to neutral. Drop the belly button, peel that pelvis up into the air, focusing on opening up the hips in the air for 3, 2, 1, and coming down through that spine, through the articulation, and release completely. I'm going to go for one more like that. Tuck the tailbone, roll that pelvis up into the air, really squeeze it here. I'm thinking about pushing down through the floor with my feet. I'm holding it here a little bit longer this time. Can you feel your full footprint? You should have scooped that tailbone, brought the hips and the ribs closer together. Keep the hips and the ribs as close together as possible as we come back down and finally release all together at the bottom.
Thank you for tuning in to a kezawellness.com YouTube video. Find more safe, effective, and simple content at our subscription site at kezawellness.com. Looking forward to helping you improve your quality of life, one simple movement at a time.
Let's just let the legs drop side to side. We're going to reset into our hinge bridges. Okay, so same setup. I want to anchor my head, anchor my rib cage and my tailbone. My arms are out to the side, and this time I'm going to focus on keeping the space between my hips and my rib cage the same. So there's a lot of length in my spine, and that's going to remain. We're not articulating it. I'm going to drop the feet down into the floor. Immediately I should feel the pelvis lighten up off the mat. I'm going to drive the feet down, keep the spine straight, and just bring those hips as high as possible, finding extension without the rolling sensation. To come back down, I'm folding in half at the hips. I'm keeping the spine straight as the tailbone finds the floor again. Okay, from there, I want to make sure that I'm in that neutral spine. Neutral spine for me means a bit of space between my lower back and the mat. It might be different for you. Pressing the feet down into the floor, maintaining that neutral spine, I lift the hips up and find that hip extension. I want to get my hamstrings involved a little bit more. I'm going to imagine I'm dragging my heels towards me. Okay, as I do that, I really feel the backs of my legs, and I'm holding it here. We're sitting in this position for another 4, 3, 2, drag those heels towards you. 1, release the drag sensation. Feel the tailbone release down to the floor and rest when you get there. We've got one more. Let's press the feet down as hard as we can. Feel that footprint pushing into the floor. Lifting the hips. Good. Finding that hip extension, dragging the heels towards you, lifting the arms up and over the head if you are comfortable to do so. And really just imagining a long line from the knee, along the thighs, over the hips, and all the way through my fingertips. Holding it here. 4, 5, 4, 4, 4, 3, 4, 2, and 1. I'm going to circle those arms round to next to my side as I gently release back down onto the floor. Hug the knees into the chest, rock from side to side. That is your basic bridges, your articulated bridge into your hinging bridge. Thank you.